Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at the game RivenWorld the First Era. And I want to say that I have put quite a few hours into this game. I helped them test it for the last month. Other than that, I have no real affiliation with this game other than it looked like they needed some hands-on testers during a particular point in their development, and they were adding content to the game daily. And then I was playing it for them and then telling them what was going on, and they would update it. And they were adding a lot of content before they released the game to get the game out. In the game, I would have to say that it's in its infancy stage. I mean, it's got all the core elements for a building sandbox. It's got all the core elements for the attacking and of players. I mean, it's very basic, bare bones. But the developer has been very forthcoming in saying that yes, we understand that we got a bare bone product, but we've got a roadmap, and you can go look at that roadmap anytime you like and see what their plans are. And it's not like they're waiting months to weeks to implement this. They've been patching every day. They've been implementing new tweaks to the game every day. They've been really working with the community, getting on Discord and actually voicing, being in Discord and voicing what their hopes are for the game, and then hearing people's feedback real time. So they're not only taking what you type in the system as feedback, but they're coming onto Discord to discuss their product. Now, what I wanted to do is with this video is kind of go over the reviews, because I was looking at the reviews and some of them are very justified. They're very justifiable reviews, and there are just some reviews that are beyond the pale that don't make any bloody sense to me. And I thought maybe we'd go over it, and maybe this video will help people understand, what's going on with the game, where I can share my opinion. Again, my channel, my YouTube channel is about beta testing, alpha testing, helping developers test their products, and then me doing videos to help people understand the product by my tutorial videos or my how-to videos. So other than that, I have no other affiliation with this development team. Just like with Frozen Flame, I had no affiliation with them, but I shared my opinion, and I know they reached out to me a couple times and they said, oh yeah, we agree with you and we'll fix this in our game. Unfortunately, with Frozen Flame, they just took months and months and months to actually fix things that should have been fixed overnight. And that's why I left that game. The developers just made me feel like A, they understood what was going on, but B, they didn't have the knowledge to fix it timely. It required them months to fix the most basic things, which is not the case with this game. So the game has positive, mostly positive reviews. It's only got 11 reviews. It's just been out now maybe 5 or 6 days. I'd like to see more people join the game. The game is going for $20. I mean, if you're just looking for a sandbox building game, you're getting your money's worth just with that for the $20. All right, let's look at the reviews. So this person had a 0.6 hours in. Now, I don't want to knock anybody's review that has 0.6 hours in a game. But when I look at a game and I see a review like that, I mean, I kind of take it at what it is. I mean, what I like to see people who are actually past the 2-hour mark, that they went 2 hours, and then they provided feedback. That doesn't hurt this guy's review. I just think that reviews with more hours in have more weight to a game, especially a game like this, because it's so complex. You can do so much with this game, and it's so much that takes time to do it. So I know pretty much every asset in the game. If I played this game for only 1 hour, I would not be able to really give it a justifiable review, because I wouldn't be able to have gotten into the content, the later on content, because I just would not have enough time in the game to do it. So you can't really judge the whole entirety of the game. I mean, you can judge what you see in front of you, but the entirety of the game, it takes hours and hours and hours to achieve some of the items in this game. And I mean, I guess you could really do a review based on what you got in front of you, how the fighting mechanics are, how the gathering mechanics are. That's a justifiable review. I mean, you're going to do that within the first hour. But the other aspect, like the different building tiers, the building of jails, the walls, the processing of bars from iron to steel, that takes a lot of time to do. You got to invest some time in a game like this. So you're not really getting, when someone says a review that's under 2 hours, you're not really getting that part of in their review. But let's read what they've got here. I've tried to buy into the crowdfunding for this one and it failed. The crowdfunding did fail. They didn't reach their goal. That was unfortunate. I'm glad the devs did not give up. They got potential here. They got some great potential. I know I don't have long due to having to work today. And in this, we'll be updating as time is added. But so far, I like the game. Keep up the... Okay, so this person dropped the review because they liked what they had. They understood what was going on because they had been following the game. So that's more weight to the 0.6 hours they played. And then they were going to come back and give an updated review after they played some more. That's fair. That's a fair review. This one right here, this person's got 46.6 hours in the game. I'm really enjoying playing this game. There are a few bugs here and there, but the dev team is super responsive to all the suggestions and reports. As I had said, they have been. All right, we'll go with this review here. This person has 196 hours in the game. Wow, dude. There's some playtime. I'm really enjoying the PvP and PvE aspects of this game. Really good building environment. Lets you your imagination go wild. The game keeps growing as new content is added weekly, and the developers are online and playing the game constantly with helping with new players. All right. So let's go over to the big window here, and this person's got 27 hours in. Well, still quite buggy. But even 24 hours, but not even after 24 hours of release, this game is fun. Still waiting to get into the PvP, and once the devs get the bugs out, I see this as being a pretty fun game. All right, over here, this person has 76 hours in. I love this game. The devs are almost 24/7 helping and fixing the bugs. They are taking ideas in Discord community. I love the detail in the music and sound effects in the world that the world pulls you into. I helped beta test this game, and since the first beta test, there has been huge changes to the game over the past month with improvements. Way to go, developers! Keep up the good work. And I cannot wait to see what the game becomes. Yeah, I mean, when I was testing this for them the last few months, the product definitely improved immensely. Okay, this person has 12 hours in. Backed it on Kickstarter, enjoyed the release. It does have bugs, but devs are very responsive and play in-game with you and work in real time to get the bugs sorted out. All right, this person has 20 hours in. I love this game. It is the most polished game I have ever played. No. He writes, is it the most polished game I've ever played? ? So he's asking us a question. No, but it offers a lot more depth than a lot of the other games out there right now. Also, it grabs you and it won't let you go. It's still in early stages of its life, which is good because I can grow with it as it updates it. The devs are so dedicated to this game. I've played beta testing and actually talked to the devs. They asked what I'd like about the game and took my ideas and added it to the roadmap. At launch, the devs are fighting bugs like all new games do, but they are on all the time helping players and adding new mechanics to mechanics that changed the game a lot. Why they are still fixing bugs is while they are still fixing bugs is I can't say enough great things about this game. I'm also excited to see how this game grows. If you play this game, you will understand why it grabs you and holds you to you. Give it a try and explore the world before giving up on it. Also, check out the roadmap. Lots to come. All right. So let's look at this one. This one's got 41 hours, and the game is worth the time and money. It mixes several genres that is well balanced. While there are some bugs currently in the game, the devs are active and responsive in addressing them quickly. The game, for being out less than a week, is an industrial changer. As the improvements and additional in-game content gets added to this game, we will be one of gets added to this game, we will be one that is atop of the charts. Even in its current state, this game is defining a new precedent of what quality games should be. All right. All right, and this person's got 22 hours in. This has been a really fun game to play. I love the medieval theme and the crafting features involved. This was my recommendation after 207 hours, and we don't need to hear what I think about the game. All right, so we get into a negative review here. And again, I want to go into saying that everybody's opinion is valid to a particular point, right? In this case, we have a player that played the game for 16 hours, and this is what they wrote. A griefer's paradise. I'm really giving bug reports and helping the devs improve their game when I noticed the griefing PvP community were being praised and given a decent free platform from the devs to brag about their open desires to grief others. This was an immediate turnoff, and I quickly realized that this company had actually designed the game around the ability to grief others. It is their game, and they can do what they desire. But I warn you not to pay for a game that is still dealing in the business of encouraging PvP griefing. I've never seen griefing on any of the servers. I jump from server to server. There's 3 servers. I've not found any griefing. I've actually talked to people about griefing. And I think when I looked into why this person said griefing, there's a people that built on a bridge in the game. And I think the developer was on Discord, and one of the person was bragging on how they locked the bridge down, and the developer kind of chuckled and laughed. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, people will be people within a game that gives you a free sandbox. It's not his job as an admin to discipline or tell people they can't build in places that, as a developer, if they design, you can build there. And the whole point of the game is you can build whatever you want. So if these guys are building on a bridge and taking over a bridge, and they find it funny and you view that as griefing, then just go build another bridge. I mean, I actually, it was funny because in my world, I build bridges everywhere. So people can just freely go across the bridges that I make. So people could grief people if they want. But again, it's a PvP game. So you're going to get a little bit of griefing. But to be honestly, I have yet to die on the server that I've been playing on. I've been playing for 5 days, and I have yet to have anybody troll me, anybody grief me, anybody give me problems. Now, again, this person's got whatever they have for a valid concern, but the griefing aspect, I haven't seen it. I don't know where that is. I went to server 1, talked to the guys there. They're like, yeah, we built on the bridge because the game allowed us to do it, but they built, the other people built the bridge down there. You just go use that bridge. So I guess this just comes down to a misunderstanding on Discord and how the developer responded to the guy saying that I blocked the bridge. You're going to get that in a PvP game. People are going to do things like there are people in this world that just want to burn the world down, and they go into video games with that in mind. So you take it for what it is. I have seen 0 griefing on any of the servers that I've been playing on. I did get it in beta. I mean, when we were beta testing it, we got a lot of people that were trolling and griefing people. But those people, I don't think ever bought the game, or they haven't come back to play because they got their griefing. You know, they did what they wanted. A lot of times with griefers is they're only around for 5 minutes, and then they either refund before the 2-hour mark, or they just uninstall the game and never come back because they find other places where they can go grief even better. All right, moving on. Not recommended. This person has 0.1 hours in the game. I don't even know how Steam could allow this person even to post in a game this complex and this you have to put so much time in before you should be able to put a valid opinion, but let's listen to this person. Don't waste your time. Unoptimized. Not true. Barely any players. Not true. Might as well go play Reign of Kings with the 10 players that still play. Okay, you can do that if you want. Shouldn't have been released in alpha in this state. I don't know where this person's coming from. He's played for 10 minutes and he thinks that's a justifiable review. He's got 132 products in his account. It sounds like he's just got daddy's credit card and he just buys video games to give bad reviews, because there's no way that this could be a valid review at all with 10 minutes into a game that takes hours and hours and hours just to get to some of the end game content. You know, whatever. I mean, that guy is just a dork weed. I mean, that's the way I look at it. All right, this person refunded their product. They got 0.5 hours in. Okay, I mean, that's better than the guy who showed up, loaded the game in, probably was whacking it in the closet while he was playing, and then decided to put a bad review. Whatever. So here we are. We got this guy here. This is the type of game where I expected the gameplay to be fun. Since you can clearly see from the screenshots and trailers that the graphics are objectively terrible. It's Unreal Engine 5, dude. They're using Unreal. I don't know what they're talking about here. I can forgive bad graphics if the gameplay is good, but that is not the case here. Not even close. There is nothing to do in this game. Oh wow! So I got 200 hours in the game, and I must have been a pipe dream on my part, right? And yes, I know it's in early access, and I factored that in. Obviously, you didn't, dude, because you didn't play enough. This is just a BS review. I'm sorry, guys. This is just silly mode. But there really does not look like a viable path forward for this game. But yet there's a detailed roadmap that you can click on and read what their vision is. And the devs on Discord every day reminding people of that vision. So this guy is just a dillweed. Nor any indication that there will be do anything different than the countless other survival clones out here. I hope this was just a misguided release and not a cash grab. Dude, you got your refund back. You should have just left it at that. You just looking like an idiot posting a review like this. I mean, because everything you said there is not true. So it also reminds me of I had a friend that used to buy video games just to give him bad reviews and refund them. And he would just do it as a dick move. He had no intention to ever play the game. He would just buy the game so he could put a negative review and refund the game after the review. And that's what this guy, I believe, probably did. He's like, I'm just going to review bomb them and refund my money, because everything that guy said is not even close to being true. So whatever. I mean, I'm not trying to be nasty to people's opinions, but come on. I mean, there's some valid negative review opinions that, you know, yes, it's some buggy, but to say there's nothing to do in a game that people have hundreds of hours in seems like silly. I'm just scrolling through here if I missed anything. I mean, there's a lot of people that have given it a thumbs up. It seems like there's a majority of people giving it a thumbs up. Meth. Okay, so this one here was another bad review. 0.3 hours. Okay. Meth. Game's barely playable. Looks like an N64 game. Runs on 34 frames per second on a 380. The gameplay I did not get to experience seems unintuitive. Harvesting stone requires me to randomly hit some terrain that's kind of looks like stone. Don't get me wrong, I want a game like this to exist and work, but this shit is just a rush cash grab. Dude, again, I mean, I don't know where these people are coming from. Are they in a closet in their mother's basement just whacking it most of the time, and they go into these review process not realizing what the world's about? Because everything this guy says is wrong. Barely playable. You got people with hours and hours and hours into the game. If it was barely playable, these people wouldn't be in the game playing it. Looks like a N64 game. Did you actually go into the game and play it? Runs at 35 frames per second. Yes, sometimes it does when you pull the torch out. But other than that, I have no problems with this game, and I got a less video card than this clown has. the gameplay I did not experience seems unintuitive. Okay, well that is a justifiable. If something else is to your liking, that's fine. But that's a justifiable complaint if it's unintuitive to you. Harvesting stone required me to randomly hit some terrain that kind of looked like stone. I don't know where that's coming from. It's clear where the stone is. It's this big thing in front of you. Again, I don't know what game this guy was playing. I want this game, whatever, dude. I mean, it just seems crazy. Crazy to me that people would even put a review like this. It just makes this guy sound like a total clown. Okay, so I love this game. So, you know, it is what it is. These are the reviews that it's currently having. I mean, if somebody gave it a bad review and actually critique the game in a reasonable way with a few hours. I know the cutoff is 2 hours to refund your game, but I would just say wait until you get to that 2 hour mark and then refund your game, and then think about, marinate it in your head, what it is that you did not like about the game, and give a grown-up response to the community. And then we can see what it is, and then the dev can get in and say, oh, I agree with you. And in most cases, the developer has responded to all these negative reviews saying that, look, we're willing to work with you. Why don't you come on to, you know, chat with me and we'll talk about it. Like this, in this case where the guy said it was a griefing paradise, he had been on Discord. He refuses to go back on Discord to have a grown-up conversation with the developers about the chuckle that he made when the guy built a thing on the bridge. I mean, that's what we're talking about here. But I guess, I mean, people tell me that it's Steam. You always got a bunch of clowns doing weird reviews. But I would have to say that I've had fun with the game. Yes, it's got a lot of work when it comes to adding some content that I'd like to see, like animals and farming and siege weapons. I mean, it's all in the roadmap, so you can make you can justify a good review, whatever review you want, I guess, in this game. But I just only ask you to play it up to the 2 hour mark. If you're not liking it, then give us a valid critique, or the community a valid critique. And if you're liking it, then obviously you wouldn't refund it and you would just keep on playing. But I think if you enjoy this kind of game, I mean, look at the screenshots. I mean, I don't understand how this looks like bad graphics. I mean, it looks like Unreal Engine. I mean, that's the way it is. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe they're just comparing it to AAA titles that have their own game engines. I don't really know. All right, well, that's going to be my review of the reviews. Well, thank you for joining me. This has been The Darkest Zone.